In trigonometry, angles are in standard position if they're placed on the coordinate plane, rotated about the origin. So if I go this direction, the angle is positive. Maybe it's positive 40 degrees. If I go the other direction, then it is negative. This would be, say, negative 40 degrees. So going counterclockwise is positive, and going clockwise is negative. Now, the way it works is if I have an angle of, say, 60 degrees, as I go around the origin and I keep going and I get back to the angle, this angle is considered to be equivalent to 60 degrees. So if I go 60 degrees and another 360 degrees, that would be 420 degrees. That angle is equivalent. And I can keep adding 360 and I get another equivalent angle. So 420 degrees is equivalent. And if I went around one more time, that would be 780 degrees. That would be equivalent. And I could keep going around one more time, and that would be 1,140 degrees. And all those angles, they're said to be coterminal. They're equivalent to 60 degrees. And if I punch in the sine of 60, the sine of 420, the sine of 780, the sine of 1,140, I get exactly the same decimal in the calculator. So if I go an angle the other direction, let's say I do a negative 20 degree angle. Again, if I go clear around one more time, then I get an equivalent angle. So that would be negative 380 degrees. So again, the sine of negative 20 would give me the same thing as the sine of 380. But also be aware that that negative 20, I could write that as a positive angle. So and remember the way it worked. Let me change colors here. If I start and go the positive direction, so that would be 360 minus 20, or 340 degrees. The sine of negative 20 and the sine of positive 340 and the sine of negative 380, all those are equivalent. So as long as I end up at that same spot, by the way, that spot is called the terminal side. The terminal side of the angle. As long as I end up there, whichever direction I go, I get an equivalent angle. One more example. Another example, if I did 150 degrees, so 150 is 30 degrees short of 180. So here is an angle in standard position of 150 degrees, leaving a little 30 degree angle between the x-axis and there. That 150 would be equivalent to the same thing as, would be 360 minus 150, which would be negative 210 degrees. Those two angles are the same angle, and again, if I pick sine, cosine, or tangent and plug either one of those angles, 150 or negative 210, in the calculator, I get the same thing. And now I can keep adding 360 or subtracting 360 and end up in that same terminal, on that same terminal side, and that's an equivalent angle. So as an example, 150 plus 360, if I go around, let's change colors. One more time, if I keep going, then that would be 510 degrees. So 150 plus 360, that gives me an equivalent angle. The sine of 150 and the sine of 510 are the same thing. And if I take that negative 210, I could do the same thing, and I could, and I'll go a different color here, and I could go around one more time, and negative 210 minus 360, another 360 degrees, or negative 570, that is an equivalent angle. So what you need to know here is that if I rotate counterclockwise, that's a positive angle. If I rotate clockwise, that's a negative angle. Wherever I end up on the terminal side, I can keep adding 360 or subtracting 360, and I get an equivalent angle, meaning that the sine, cosine, and tangent of any of those angles, if I add 360 or subtract 360, gives me the same exact value. Now, reference angles are the key to understanding how to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of angles bigger than 90. So the way it works is the reference angle is always between the x-axis and the terminal side. So if this is a 40-degree angle, that's a 40-degree reference angle. Going down here, if I have an angle like we had earlier right here of 150 degrees, the important thing there is the reference angle. The reference angle, again, is always between the x-axis and the terminal side. So right here is the reference angle. The reference angle would be 30 degrees. One more. If I went around and let's say did 240 degrees, the reference angle is again between the x-axis and the terminal side. It's right in there. And basically what I have to do is subtract 180. 180 from 240 is 60 degrees. The reference angle is 60 degrees. This idea is the key to understanding how to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of 240 degrees. I could also do a negative angle. If I did a negative angle of negative 120 degrees, again, the reference angle is always between the x-axis and the terminal side right here. So that's the reference angle. And how many more degrees do I have to go to get to the x-axis? That would be 60 degrees again. In these examples, you're supposed to find the reference angle. Just remember, the reference angle is between the x-axis and the terminal side. It's right in there. So I'm just going to figure out how many more degrees I have to go to get to 180. So what I do is 180 minus 154, and my reference angle then is 26 degrees. In the second example, again, the reference angle is between the x-axis and the terminal side, right in there. So how many degrees do I have to go to get back to the x-axis? Well, and by the way, the reference angle is always positive. We're not dealing with negative. We're not worried about direction when we talk about a reference angle. So in this case, I have to take 233 and I have to subtract 180. And I get a reference angle of 53 degrees. In the last example, 307 degrees, so I'm going clear around in standard position to 307 degrees, which, by the way, is the same as a negative angle. 307 degrees is the same thing as a negative 53 degrees. And that just so happens then to be my reference angle. and the reference angle again is always positive. But 307 degrees and negative 53 degrees are the same angle. If I punch in sine or cosine or tangent of those two, I get the same thing. But the reference angle itself is the positive angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. The reference angle is positive 53 degrees. Whenever you do these questions, it's very helpful to draw yourself an XY axis and draw the angle in standard position. So 300 degrees is starting going positive direction, clear around until there is just 60 degrees left between the terminal side and the x-axis. This right here is your reference angle. So the reference angle is 60 degrees. One more example with a negative angle. Remember, the negative refers to the direction. So this time we're starting at the x-axis and we're going clockwise. So we'll go 180. And we're not going to quite make clear around to the top. There would be 270. So we're going to go most of the way. And the angle, there is 20 degrees left right here then. But that's not the reference angle. The reference angle is always between the x-axis and the terminal side. It's right in there. So what we have to do is basically 250 subtract 180 is 70. So this angle right here is 70 degrees. In other words, if I go negative 180 and I go negative 70 more in that direction, I get negative 250. The reference angle again is always between the x-axis and the terminal side. And the reference angle is always a positive angle.